Okay, hello everybody. This is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers, and this is our daily ecom planning session. I am your host, and my passion is helping people on their e-commerce journey, helping them to get focused, get organized, get consistent, help them to make the progress that they like to make in their business so they can get the results that they've been looking for or want to make in their business. So if you're a person that needs some help on your e-commerce journey, I'm here for you. You can join you can schedule a free 20-minute coaching session by going to ecomsellers.com, clicking on freebies, and scheduling a free 20-minute coaching session. You can also join the e-commerce planning Facebook group where you can download the daily e-commerce planning checklist, the weekly planning checklist, and the monthly planning checklist. So you can drop into the e-commerce planning Facebook group, go to the files section, and download the checklist. In addition to that, we are live on Clubhouse. We're also live in the e-commerce planning Facebook group. You have the opportunity to join ecom sellers on Clubhouse, so you can join that club. We'd be happy to have you. Let someone else know about our daily ecom planning session. This summer, it's been a little weird, but normally we do this in the morning, so we are in the afternoon for sure. Tomorrow morning, we're doing our weekly planning session, and our weekly planning session's going to be about 7:30 in the morning. So come check us out in the e-commerce planning Facebook group and also in Clubhouse. And today, our topic is 10 recession proof product categories. More seconds. It just does what it wants to do. All right, I think we're back. Joy. Anyway, we're using the tool Melon, and let me just say, I don't recommend it to anybody at all. But in any case, we're talking about recession proof categories, product categories to help you on your e commerce journey. So sorry for that interruption. Hopefully, we are still live everywhere. But in any case, I am. I wanted to let you guys know that again, if you need some help on your e-commerce journey, you can definitely grab the Ecom Planner. It was created for sellers by sellers, and it's designed to help you to get focused, get organized, get consistent in your e-commerce business, to be able to track your daily activity and the things that you are or potentially maybe not doing in your business and you should consider doing. So look at getting the ecom planner. You can go to myecomplanner.com, clicking on freebies, and then grab the My Ecom Planner. The other thing is that if you need some support on the second half of the year on your journey to get focused, get organized, get consistent, make progress in your e-commerce business, join Ecom Sellers Academy. It's terribly affordable. It's $17.99 a month. And in there, we have an amazing group of e-commerce sellers. You gain access to our live weekly training sessions, our live weekly Q&As, and you'll also get 10 free retail arbitrage and online arbitrage leads list every single week, and 10 free wholesale suppliers, because you should be establishing wholesale accounts. So as we talk about these recession-proof categories, this is a great time to establish those wholesale accounts. We've been talking about wholesale accounts earlier this week, so why not go ahead and get started with establishing wholesale accounts with suppliers. Now, with that being said, again, share this out, let someone else know about them, invite them to come hang out. So we're going to go through 10 product categories. Again, this is not all of them. This is just some of them. And so, if you just do a Google search, you'll be able to find some additional ones. If you are looking for suppliers, we have an upcoming summit and we're going to be giving away 500 wholesale supplier list. So we'll probably include some of the wholesale suppliers that provide products from this list. So let's go down the list. The first one is consumer staples. We love to refer to them as replenishables, things that people are going to be buying over and over again, no matter what. When they run out of stuff, they're going to go back, they're going to buy more of it. So those are pretty straightforward. We're talking food, beverages. So shelf stable food, we can all pretty much sell those. If you're selling produce, good on you. I'm guessing you have a farm, maybe. But food is one of those. Now the margins on that are different, so it's all about volume. But if you're selling B2B, you might have another opportunity to make a little bit, well, definitely make a lot more money. Same thing with beverages, and you got household products. So think about the things that you have to buy when you run out of it. So there's a lot of stuff that we all buy that when you run out of it, you have to buy more of it. Those are the items that people are going to continue to buy even in a recession. So toilet paper, paper towels, those are obvious. Detergent, maybe. Yeah, hopefully. Dishwashing liquid. Um, they may or may not, buy the small appliances. Those are not necessarily replenishables because when you're done with it, you still have it, so you don't need to get a new one. So we're talking about those things that when it's used up, when you're done with it, people buy more of it. Now, that's not saying that they won't be buying, small appliances, because some people will still buy small appliances. And lately, because we had the big, big Prime Day, lots of things were on sale, but not just on Amazon, but Target and Walmart and several other platforms. So there were some great deals out there, and people might buy those things in the middle of this recession. But I think people are waiting it out to see what's going to happen. So if you want to jump onto the bandwagon of selling things that people are looking for, think about the things that they have to buy when they run out of it. Other things, personal products and tobacco. I don't know. You have to go through the process to be able to sell tobacco, but or tobacco related products, because smokers, they're probably not going to quit during a recession. They may actually smoke even more because they're a little anxious or nervous. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not a smoker, so don't judge me. But so I won't judge them. The other one is personal products. So, toothpaste, deodorant, those types of things. People will continue buying those in the midst of a recession. The next one is baby products. People are going to continue to buy baby products. People still have to buy formula and wipes. They still have to buy diapers, or maybe they go to the cloth ones. Who knows? Babies are still going to be born, and things are still going to be needed. So they're still going to be buying products. So think about the things that you need to buy when you have a baby or a toddler. What are those products that people have to buy over and over again? When they run out, they've got to get more of it. In the US, I know we use diapers a lot, disposable diapers. But in other countries, they don't use disposable diapers like we do in the US. They use cloth diapers in some countries. And so, they may buy more of the cloth disposable diapers. And the need for formula and bottles and bottle liners and teething rings and baby wipes and bibs and all that other stuff is not going to go away. People are going to still buy those things. So think about things that when it is used up, when it is done, they need to buy more of it. Or what are those things that people need to buy when there's a new baby that's in the house? So think about that and then write down your list. Get your notepad and pen right now and just start doing a brain dump of those things. Next one is coffee, tea, and energy drinks. Now, I don't know about the energy drinks, but the coffee and tea, definitely. People are going to still continue to drink coffee. They're still going to continue to drink tea. If they were already in the energy drinks, they're going to continue to buy those, or they're going to figure out how to make sure they have enough money to be able to buy those. I would say because of this crazy heat that we're dealing with right now, I'm more apt to say not necessarily energy drinks, but sports drinks, because hydration is extremely important when you got consecutive 100-degree days, probably the bigger one. So I'm going to go with your Gatorades and your Powerades of the world that have the electrolytes over the energy drinks. But coffee and energy drinks are designed to help people stay awake, and so is coffee. People still buy those. They may not go to Starbucks as often, or $5 as often as they normally would. So instead of going to $5, they may actually just make their own coffee. So, hence all the other accessories that go with making coffee. So, I don't know what those little, I'm not a coffee drinker. So, I'm just going to admit that. I do drink tea though. I buy a lot of tea. Um, so, with coffee, you get the little disposable pods and things like that. So, think about the accessories as well, because when they run out of it, again, this is the thing I want you to remember. Every single time I say something, when they run out of it, they got to go get more of it. So, think about it that way, and that will help you to find those products that people may be buying. We refer to them all the time as replenishables. The next thing is clothing. Now, this is semi subjective. People are still going to be buying clothes because they have to. Back to school is about to happen across the United States, depending on where you live. Like our aisles were already filled at Walmart last week or 2 weeks ago with all the back to school stuff and all of our Dollar Trees because we're in Texas. And so some areas of Texas school was out mid to end of May. So school's about to start. Like we go back to school in I think 3 weeks, which is crazy. But in any case, we're gonna have to buy some clothes because the kids don't stop growing. You got to feed them, so that's a replenishable, and they don't stop growing. So you got to buy some clothes. Now, could they go to secondhand stores? Yep. Could they look at other places to buy things? Yes. So if you have some things in your house, maybe clothes that you could potentially list on other platforms so you can make some money, this is the time to list those clothes. If your kids have outgrown them, go put them up on eBay or go put them up on Macari or Poshmark, but list them in bundles, whatever you want to do so that you can have some extra money to go buy some more clothes. I'm just giving you some ideas. So clothing, people are going to continue to buy clothing. They're going to buy shoes, they're going to buy socks, and all of the things that are around, not just back to school, but just the fact that kids are growing. And depending on what type of job, someone may need to get new clothes because of the job that they're going to. So clothes always sell. They may not sell as fast during certain times of the year, but we're about to go through a window where clothes will sell a lot because it's back to school. Outside of back to school, there may not be a window where there's a massive amount of clothes being bought. Like when you're going from the winter to the spring, people might buy spring clothes. When you're going from the summer to the fall or the winter, then people might buy those clothes to stay a little warmer. Those are other windows in which people might have a little bit of a spike, or you might see a little bit of a spike in clothing. And then, other than that, clothing is pretty steady no matter what, regardless of what's happening with the economy. And back to school, of course, there's a little bit of a spike in sales there too. Pet supplies. People are going to keep caring for, keep loving on, taking care of their pets. That could be anything from pet food, because again, keep going back to that whole when they run out of it, they got to get more of it. So people are going to continue to care for their pets. They got to get dog food, they got to get treats, they got to get whatever. There may be some additional accessories that people might buy, like dog leashes. If they run out of it, they're not going to necessarily go get, because you're not going to run out of dog leashes. So, but there are some things that think about people who get new pets. So if you think of it that way, you might compile a list of products to put on that list and be able to source and sell those products as well. Think about bundle opportunities. There's a lot of bundle opportunities there. Next is candy. Ironically, the statistics around buying candy, like the numbers, regardless of whether it's a recession or not, people still buy candy. I don't know why that is. I don't know that I understand that phenomenon. So if they were buying candy before, they're going to keep buying candy regardless of the recession. They may not buy as much of it. So here's the deal. We're going into the second quarter or third quarter. We're in third quarter. We're going into like fourth quarter and Halloween and all that other stuff. So there's going to be a lot of candy that's going to be purchased from now to next February. Period. Period. If you go look at the stats on candy sales and candy production, it's bananas. And regardless of this recession, people are still going to buy candy for Halloween. People are still going to buy candy to put around for Thanksgiving when families are going to come visit each other. People are still going to buy candy for Christmas. People are still going to buy candy for Valentine's Day. That's not going to change. So there will be candy that will be purchased just because people like candy. And sometimes candy can be cheaper than food, ironically and sad. Um, so look at candy. If you don't already have a wholesale supplier for candy, you should probably look into one. I used to have a candy vending business. I think I've talked about it before. And I had multiple candy vending machines. Looking into maybe going back into that. So Stay tuned. I don't know when that's going to happen. It's not going to happen before the end of this year, but I have been looking into getting back into it. And I will tell you, like, the margins on candy, the money I used to make, the margins were nice. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And I still can sell candy. So anyway, moving on. Movies, TV, and video games. I think the bigger one here is video games. With movies, I don't know a lot of people that are still buying DVDs unless you have that type of TV or a Blu-ray or whatever, and buying TV series. Like, a lot of people may not be buying that. I think there's a reason why those things are inside of the buckets when you go into Walmart, where they have these big bins or buckets or tubs that have a bunch of different variety of movies to watch. But video games, off the chart. Off the chart. Something to keep them entertained. As long as they have access to the internet and they've got a TV and a controller, you forget about it. So video games definitely will still be a thing that people do during a recession. Movies and TV, I think there's a lot of streaming options, and so they may not be buying as many of those, although people still buy them. They may not be buying as many of those, and I think those who have access to potentially older equipment, they'll buy movies and DVDs and that kind of stuff just to have something to watch if they can't afford the streaming service. Again, think about people needing to cut expenses. They're going to probably cut some of the luxuries. So buying, 5 movies out of the bin at Walmart for $5 is less expensive than paying a monthly subscription, or, series. There might be multiple things on there. So there you go. Video games definitely hot, 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 hot. Camping gear. When the recession hits, people are looking for inexpensive ways to do the staycation, vacation. They may not be able to afford going to the hotel. They may not be able to afford getting an airline ticket somewhere. They may not be able to afford getting on a cruise boat to go somewhere. Maybe they don't want to because we're still in the pandemic and the numbers are rising, but they will potentially go camping. People, I know my family loves fishing, and fishing is a thing. We haven't been camping in a while, but I have gone camping with my boys at least once. Um, so that's another one of those that, they're looking for an inexpensive way to just kind of get away. If you can't spend a lot of money, camping and camping gear may be one of those choices that people are like, okay, when I don't have a lot of money and we just want to get away, let's think about ways that we can camp. Even camping in the backyard, putting up the tent if you have a big backyard, and stringing some lights. The kids love that kind of stuff. So cosmetics. Cosmetics. Yeah, this is one of those that no matter what, if it is you're in a recession, this is one I think that you should do a Google search on, because they talked about cosmetic sales and stats during the Great Depression. They talked about it during different waves, and cosmetic sales stayed steady. It's crazy. It could be also right now because of the fact that people are still having Zoom meetings or whatever tool they're using, Google Meet, whatever. They're still having those online meetings, and so they want to look presentable, possibly. I don't know. And cosmetic sales are not going down. There's a reason why those businesses are empires. So maybe you get into getting a license to be a licensed distributor, or get with a licensed distributor to sell cosmetics. Maybe you hadn't thought about that before. Maybe this is an opportunity for you to create your own brand. Find some white label cosmetics to put your brand on. People are going to still buy them. Automotive parts. Again, this is that time when there's a dip in the economy. People can't afford to pay the mechanic. They may find the shade tree mechanic. We love the shade tree mechanic over here. So shade tree mechanic, if you don't know what that is, is someone that does not necessarily have a shop. They might be a mobile mechanic, and maybe someone needs, a friend of a friend, a cousin of a cousin, a brother of a cousin of a nephew of a whatever, and they will fix cars. So buying parts to repair a car versus taking it to a shop, like taking it to the dealership shop, you're just going to get raked over the coals. They're just going to clean out your pockets. They're waiting for you to walk in so that they can take the vacuum cleaner hose to your pockets. They're just going to take all your money. Versus a shade tree mechanic, You want to find a reputable one, but they're still going to have to, find parts. So they're always able to find parts, including I just recently had to have my car fixed from a salvage yard. Yeah. So automotive parts this time of the year, whether they're brand new or whether they're used, are going to continue to sell when you're in the middle of a recession. Trust me, they do. So something to think about. That's the list of the 10 that I have right now. If there's another one that you think should be applicable, add it to the list. Write it in the comments. If you're online with us in any of the Facebook groups, write it in the comments. And if you're not online with us and you're in Clubhouse, send me a message and tell me whichever ones you think we should add to the list. So with that being said, we're going to go over to our daily ecom planning session. As I said before, you can download the checklist directly from the e-commerce planning Facebook group. You can go over to e-commerce planning and click on files and then download the daily ecom planning checklist. So we believe that there are 4 things you should do the night before in order for you to continue to make progress in your business. And there are 5 things you should do the morning of, again, to continue to be persistent, be consistent, persevere through any of the challenges, and to continue to work on making money in your business. So, the 4 things that you should do before you go to bed in your e commerce business, you can spend about 5 to 15 minutes doing these things. We're going to start with number 1 on the list is to go through and assess your day. How did things go? What did you get done? What did you not get done? What are the things that need to be moved to tomorrow? What are the things that need to be moved to next week? So go through your schedule if you built a schedule and let's just see how much progress we did or did not make on that schedule. That is extremely important to be able to assess how things went. Hopefully, you're building a schedule that is effective and that is helping you move the needle towards your goals. That is ultimately what you're trying to do. You're going to assess how you did on creating listings, product research, shipments, sales, profits. We're going to check everything, but we're also going to go through that schedule that we built that lets us know, you know, what was the agenda for the day? What was the goal? What were the things we were trying to accomplish? In addition to that, we also recommend number 2 is that you go through the daily tracking stats. And those are the things that I rattled off earlier. How many listings did you create today? How many orders did you fulfill? How many shipments did you send out? All of those things. So go through that daily tracking stats and update that. You can find that in the My Ecom Planner. The next one is to go through your online calendar. If you've got Gmail, you probably are using the calendar feature in there. You've got a Yahoo email. There's a calendar feature there. You got a Hotmail account if you still have one. I still have a Hotmail account. I don't use it that often though. You have a calendar. You have access to Outlook there. You may have built a calendar for your personal and people are emailing you and you have some things on your calendar, or you may actually have a calendar for your business, an online calendar for your business, or an online calendar for your job. The things that are going to happen tomorrow should not be a surprise for you, so you should always know what's happening on your online calendar. And we recommend before you go to bed that you review your online calendar for tomorrow, just as a reminder of what it is that you need to tackle tomorrow that's on that calendar. Then the next one is to build your schedule for tomorrow. So today's Friday, tomorrow is Saturday. Build your online calendar so that you know what are the things that you need to tackle, the things you need to get done in your life and in your business. When you're building your calendar, it's not just about your business all the time. God gives us 24 hours in the day. Of those 24 hours, you may be spending anywhere from 18 to 16 of those hours awake. So what are you doing with those 18 to 16 of those hours? More than likely, you're not working in your business the whole time. So whatever you're doing in your business, again, building a schedule so that you can be productive, you can make progress, incorporate all of the other things that are happening in your life so that you can build a more realistic calendar and a more realistic schedule. I think what happens is we get started working in our business and we build a schedule based on what we think we can get done and what we want to get done. But then life happens. The kids come in and you discover that they've done something outside that they shouldn't have, or they've got to go to camp, or you get a phone call and you got to deal with that. Like all these things that happen in life. So You should have a dedicated time of the day in which you're working on your business. You should have those segmented hours. And during that window of the day, you don't allow non emergency things to bleed into that time. You work with your kids to say, hey, mommy or daddy is working during this window, whatever that window happens to be. If it's 7 in the morning until 11 in the morning, that is the window in which they are not allowed to bother you, or you give them things to do so that you can be proactive instead of reactive to them interrupting you throughout your work time in your business. So figure out what your dedicated work time is going to be, build a schedule around that, and then make sure you start incorporating other things that happen in your life that you do on a regular basis. So if you get up every morning, you take your child to camp, then that's part of your regular schedule. If you, twice a week you go to Bible study, that's part of your regular schedule. If you get up every morning and you go to the gym, that's part of your regular schedule. So incorporate the things that are part of your regular schedule, incorporate the things that are planned things that are coming up, and also incorporate the things that are part of your business. And do your best to not schedule anything in the middle of your business work hours once you determine what your business work hours are going to be. So the next thing is the next morning, the five things that we recommend that you do is number one, we're going to reassess yesterday. We're going to go back and review it. The reason we reassess it is because sometimes when we're reviewing it late at night, we've had an exhausting day, especially if you're in Texas right now. It's hot as Hades. And so if you've been out there in that sun all day, like your ability to even think think straight, like there's clearly going to be some stuff you might forget if you spend a lot of time in the heat or in the sun. So you go to sleep, you get refreshed, you can get a fresh start and begin looking at the schedule again with fresh eyes. The reason we review it again is because we need to get better at creating our Thursday schedule. We need to build a better Thursday schedule in the future. We need to make sure we are accounting for our time. We need to make sure we're not wasting time. We need to make sure that we are engaging in activities that are serving our life well and serving our business well. If there are activities that we're doing and we're making a note that, oh, this is a habit or a routine and it's not serving your life or your business well, you need to stop doing it. Okay? You just need to stop doing it. So the objective is to re-review the schedule that you just did an assessment on the night before, and let's make some adjustments or make some notes on things so we can build a better Thursday schedule in the future or whatever. Then the next thing is, in the step 2 of this process, is to go through and update our weekly priorities. This is the second full week of July, which means you've only got 2 more weeks and this month is over, which means the first month of quarter 3 will be done. And you only got 2 more months to get stuff done. Whatever you had on your agenda, we're going to look at step 3 as well. Whatever you had on your agenda for the month of July, you establish some goals, maybe 20 to 25 goals. Where are you on that goal list? How many things did you get done? And of those goals, what did you move into the second week in July? Did you get the second week of July stuff done, or you still got to go back and do it? So the second week of July could be anything from reconciling your bank accounts on a weekly basis, to reviewing your inventory levels, to reviewing your sales from last year for Halloween and for Christmas, so that you know what to source right now. Again, July is a pivotal time in the Q4 journey. It is so pivotal because of the fact that it is, you've got anything that you want to implement. If you implement it in July, you have at least 2 more months to tweak it before you're actually into Q4. If you implement something brand new in August, you'll continue tweaking it all the way into October. If you implement something new in September, you'll continue tweaking it all the way into November. So we don't want to be doing that. November, December, October, we don't want to be doing any of that. We want to have everything settled and the way that it's going to be. And at that point, we're just going to scale October, November, December. That's the goal. So we're not trying to implement new stuff. We're not trying to learn new stuff. We're not trying to master new stuff. We're not trying to tweak stuff. We're trying to be settled into, this is the strategy, the approach that we're doing for Q4. So if you wanted to learn another platform, then you need to learn it in July, so that you have 3 months to incorporate it into your current strategy. And so that way you'll have maybe two sources of income or two different methods of e-commerce. So review your weekly priorities and see where you are on the journey. And if you didn't get through everything you had on the agenda for this week, you still have tomorrow. If it's anything that's business related, you only have the rest of today. Otherwise, it gets moved into next week. And you also want to check to see where you are on your weekly habits. What are the things that you had down for your weekly habits? The other thing is going through and glancing at your, what I said, your month. You had a list of things. So are you at the halfway mark on your monthly goals? If you're not at the halfway mark on your monthly goals, you need to figure out why. You need to figure out what you need to be doing. Then step 4 is to go through and review the schedule that you wrote yesterday. This is stuff that you're doing in the morning. So we're clearly into the afternoon. So you might just want to pull out your schedule and see if you're on track for the day. But review your schedule, make adjustments, figure out what the main thing is that's like no matter what happens, I got to get this one thing done. So if the entire day is destroyed by something, anything can happen. Trust me, we've had all kind of fun lately. But if the entire day is of productivity is destroyed by something completely unexpected, then at least work to get the main thing and the one thing done. The one thing can be a priority item for the week. The one thing can be that's in your business, or it could be a personal item that's in your business. Like for those of us who have kids that we got to go back to school, like next week, I think we have to start showing proof of residency. We got to get that stuff done. So it's like, okay, you got all these deadlines you got to meet. But go through and determine what it is. It's the main thing when you build the schedule that if no matter what happens, this is the one thing I got to get done. And then the next number 5 is to write out your schedule for tomorrow. So tomorrow is Saturday. We're going to go ahead and build our Saturday and Sunday schedule tonight or today. You can do it this morning. I mean, this afternoon. You can do it now. The reason being is because we're not going to get together again to talk about the daily schedule until next Monday. So go ahead and build out your Saturday and Sunday. What are the things you're going to be focusing on? What is the one thing you need to get done on Saturday and the one thing you need to get done on Sunday if nothing else goes right? And, where are you in your e-commerce journey when it comes to your weekly and your monthly goals? Make sure that you incorporate those into your Saturday, Sunday plan. And that way you can extract goals that you have and put the action plans. What are the action activities you're going to engage in to work towards those goals? Last but not least, I want you to go through and I need you to be thinking about things that are disruptors, unexpected, unplanned, unforeseen, and also the expected. So the difference is with doctor's appointments or dentist appointments, those were already scheduled. They were scheduled weeks in advance. If your normal working hours are from 8 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock in the morning, then don't schedule a doctor's or a dentist appointment at 8 to 10. Just don't do that because those are your working hours. Schedule it after that and or schedule things around it so that you can maintain and sustain your regular routine when it comes to your business. If your doctors are done, like if you have something else, like you have a vacation you're going to take before school starts, or you're planning on taking care of a parent who's about to have surgery and this has been planned. Those are things that are planned. So you'll need to make adjustments to your business schedule to accommodate those things. It doesn't mean that you stop executing your business schedule 100%, depending on what it is. That just means that you make adjustments. If your goal was to, and your current priority is to create 10 listings every single week, and you've been doing that for the last 10 weeks or 5 weeks, then what you need to do is just scale back during the time in which you're going to be caring for your aging parent after they have surgery. So maybe instead of creating 10 listings, maybe you write down that you're going to create 2 listings every single day during that window because you don't know what it's involved. You're stepping into the unknown of caring for this aging parent. Or if you're going on vacation. So if you're going on vacation, maybe what you do is this week when you're creating listings or next week when you're creating listings is instead of just creating your 10, maybe you create 2 or 3 extras and save them as templates. So you'll release your 10 that you're already creating every single week and you create an additional 2 or 3 and save them as in the templates. That way, while you're on vacation, you can just release those listings 1 at a time each day or 2 at a time each day and not have to be worried about losing the momentum that you have in your business if you're getting recurring sales or getting recurring traffic. Some of the platforms like to have consistent listings every single day. So that's the reason why we do that. So think about those things that you need to make adjustments to and in your life schedules that you need to make adjustments to, so you can always go back to them and you don't lose the momentum that you're working to build or the consistency you're working to build into your business and into your life and also into your personal schedule. So with that, I hope this information is helpful. I hope you use it to help you on your e-commerce journey. Please share this out. Let someone else know about the daily e-com planning sessions and also about the morning e-com motivation, because we normally have these in the morning. They're typically around 7:15, but during the summer we have not been. We've been doing around 8 or 9. So tomorrow morning we will have the weekly planning session at 7:15. I invite you to come, or 7:30. Sorry, I invite you to come and hang out with us at 7:30 tomorrow morning to do the weekly planning session. Bring a notebook. If you don't have one, bring one. Um, in addition to that, if you need some help, some support on this e-commerce journey, we encourage you to schedule a free 20-minute coaching session with me by going to ecomsellers.com, clicking on freebies, and scheduling a free 20-minute coaching session. If you need some support along the way, the one thing I will encourage you to do is to grab the My Ecom Planner that you can use to help you to get more focused, more consistent in your e-commerce business and get better at tracking the activities you are or are not doing, or planning the activities you are or are not doing in your business and in your personal life. And then last but not least, you can join eCom Sellers Academy if you need some support this Q3 and Q4, so that we can help you and let you know what's working now when it comes to e-commerce. So you can go to ecomsellersacademy.com to do that. You can grab the e-commerce planner at myecomplanner.com. And with that, my hope, my prayer, my wish for you is that today you have an extremely focused, highly productive, and extremely profitable business day. We'll say goodbye for now. Bye, y'all.